You take it away.
Hey. All right, welcome back, guys, Soccerholics fans. And today we're here to talk about something very simple: breakout players. It's a new year. Players like to make names for themselves, and seeing as the calendar year is such a great topic, I feel it would be a great thing to talk about. So, guys, breakout players. Anybody? Anybody? Oh, let me go first.
Okay.
He's already been broken out, kind of, but I feel this is going to be his announcement to the whole world, hopefully with also a good World Cup edition. Naby Fekir. He's a top player that's been linked to a couple top clubs, but as well, similar to how Lacazette did when he was being linked to some of the top sides, you know, Atletico, Sevilla, and then Arsenal and Tottenham as well. What I think really makes Naby Fekir can stand out this year is that team that he's playing around. He's been given the captain's armband. He's actually got over 10 goals. And I know we've been talking, when you guys look at the French league, it's just about PSG this, PSG that, where's Monaco and all this stuff. But there's a good, young, youthful Lyon side. There's a lot of prospect players that I could name from probably Lyon, but Naby Fekir is probably the easiest one for you guys to follow, and he's going to stand out. He's got that something special. You know, when we first saw Messi break out and dribble through players, Fekir has that. He had a big injury, which kind of scared me, but this year it shows that he's back. And I really think with a good performance, if Lyon can get into that top 3 spot, still pisses me off that the French league only has 3 Champions League spots. But if they do get it, and he does get into the World Cup, and let's say France gets past the quarterfinals, and also I think a big money move is going to come in August.
Okay.
And I think it's coming to Arsenal. So that puts a smile on your face.
No, it doesn't. Well, yeah, it does.
Well, it does. But Ben, I heard you have a player.
I have a player. I don't even know if he's a breakout player for his club, but more for his country. And I'm talking about Timo Werner, striker, 21 years of age, plays for Red Bull Leipzig. He has scored 7 times in 10 appearances for Germany, and he's made his way into Joachim Löw's setup, which I think is a great thing for Germany. I mean, think of all the greats: Oliver Bierhoff, Thomas Müller. Who am I missing? Some other players.
Miroslav Klose.
Jürgen Klose, Podolski, all these big strikers who...
Gomez.
And Gomez, sorry, yeah. I think this guy will be... He's only 21, so there's so much time that he has to create a lot of success for him. I mean, his biggest contribution came in the Confederations Cup in 2017. He had 3 goals and 2 assists, and he was awarded the Golden Boot.
Dude, that was like the C team, though.
No, I know, but exactly, yeah.
That was the C team,
but here's a guy that, like, he was unknown to me. Like, before I researched this topic, I was like, okay, let's look at players that people don't like, the obvious of, you know, Dele Alli and the young people, the Wilshire, all the young players in the EPL. Let's look away. So I researched, and I was like, yeah, okay, let's look at this player. This player, and I think he's going to stay at Red Bull. The thing I like about him is I think he's happy at Red Bull, and which is fighting off competition from all the big clubs around the world. And I think if he's smart, which I know he could be, he will stay at the club, right? He will stay at the club. He won't ask for a loan move. He won't be sold, and he will continue to deliver for Red Bull, who is going to start making a push for the Bundesliga behind Munich and Dortmund, right?
Yeah, okay.
We want him. I would like him because I'm looking at this guy. He's 21. He could be able to prove something to the world where he stayed with the club and then made them fight for a championship or a cup or something special.
Yeah.
And I think that he has. I mean, he's got so much talent. He came from Stuttgart. He's got 49 goals in 29 goals in 49 appearances. It's a pretty good stat for being 21 years of age.
That's fair.
So I think he's going to do really, really well, and the sky's the limit for this talented kid.
So for me, the player, well, he's a well-known player. He plays on a great team, and I just think that this player is going to actually stake his name as the elite center attacking mid, and that's going to be KDB, Kevin De Bruyne of Manchester City. Everybody knows that he's one of the best players in the Premier League already.
Okay.
When I mean breakout, I mean really breaking out of not just his reputation in the Premier League and within Manchester City, but really at the top of the game in the world as an elite center attacking mid. The way the kid plays is spectacular. I think he's been the best player for Man City this half season, and going into City's just gonna basically walk away with the Premier League, and they already have essentially. But I think when the games start to open up and really start to see City trampling these lower clubs in the Premier League, it's going to be done, and it already has been done. It's going to be really shown by KDB. He's a young player.
Yeah.
I think he's in a role to be captain. He's got the image. He's got the style of play that's just fantastic. His passing and his finishing abilities are absolutely superb.
Yeah.
And he showed it against the top clubs in England, and he's going to show it against the top clubs in the Champions League. think it's got to be KDB.
Okay. I feel you two are cheating, but like at the same time, like, I can't
I
argue
kind of
against
went
that.
off script. I mean, you guys did pick players that are not in the Premier League, and I knew that, but I wanted to pick someone that really was going to break out in his own way.
Look, let's be honest.
I think he's, to be honest, I think he's already broken out. He already broken out when he came back to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like we knew that's why Man City bought him. I mean, he is. I'm more like I think he's happy what he's doing, and his next test will be the World Cup. England's in the same group. Being an English fan, I'm actually scared shitless to see what he's going to do against England. You know, he plays with all these players, obviously on a daily basis,
his big tournament.
and that's going to be his moment. And then also, I would like to just back you up and say, I think he should be associated with the Ballon d'Or. He should be, his name should be coming in that conversation.
I feel
Definitely.
depending on how his season goes with City,
Yeah.
and then based off of how Belgium do in the World Cup,
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Because like. He's a great talent.
But you have doubts about his skill?
I have a doubt of how high he can go because I just feel like there's maybe like 3 or 5 other names. Because like when I want to say like you're world class, like who's your top 5? You got Messi, you got Ronaldo.
But
then afterwards you got Neymar.
11.
De Bruyne.
Who do you fit in the back of that seat, in the back that cam position, right behind those strikers, as your world?
You can't ask that question to me because you know I'm gonna say Mesut Ozil and I'm gonna be biased.
But it can't be Mesut Ozil. I mean, it just.
My thing is like, look. Here's the thing. You could look. It's almost like they have opposite seasons. Kevin De Bruyne could have a fantastic season with Man City, but he may not be able to shine because look how many stars are in that Belgian side. Is he gonna be played in the same role? Is he going to still have the same influence? When you look at Arsenal aren't using Mesut Ozil the greatest, but every time Mesut Ozil goes into that German side, he still wins World German Player of the Year. Don't ask me how he does it. He just plays football artistically. And it's required Pep to teach Kevin De Bruyne how to do that. That's my kind of difference. That's why I can't really say, like, De Bruyne is doing great. I will give him his applause. Yeah. But Mesut Ozil, if you love football, you love Mesut Ozil because he's the Neo of soccer when it comes to playmaking. Just think about it like that. And I wouldn't be surprised as much as you are confident that, you know, United will take him. I wouldn't be surprised. Imagine Mesut Ozil and Kevin De Bruyne on the same team. Pulling the strings. That's not fair. And I'm giving a discredit to David Silva as well.
Yeah.
But team-wise, do you guys have any teams that have caught your attention from 2017 going to 2018? Any teams?
Really, I was just going to say, since we had a past episode, if you remember, we talked about the clubs that sacked the managers. Yeah. Since those managers were sacked, new managers come in, and what's caught my eye is Crystal Palace, Roy Hodgson.
Just going to say that.
He's somehow turned it around, former England manager.
Yeah.
Not the most greatest of personalities to see on the screen. It's a bit dull, but I mean, he's obviously getting his message across to his players. Benteke's coming to form. You know, that would kind of be my... If I had to pick a team, that'd be a team that's kind of on the up. Okay. And let's see. I don't think they're going to get relegated now. So that would be my team to look out for. We'll see what happens in, you know, still 5 more months left of the season to go. So let's see what happens.
You know what?
I think Crystal Palace are doing well.
They've always had the players.
Yeah.
They have Zaha, Townsend. Yeah. I think MacArthur probably recently got injured. And I think Scott Dan as well was maybe out for the season. I could be wrong. But Benteke can find his form because Benteke kind of reminds me of what Andy Carroll was like 2-3 seasons ago. Like, you know, if you get a good streak, same thing with Lukaku. If Lukaku gets on a good streak, like any striker, goals come, results come. So I can see Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, as I said before, they're a middle table team. Yeah. You agree with me, Harry? You agree with me, Ben? Yeah. They can get back up there. Yeah. For me, I'm going to go outside of England again, just to hope. If no one is not watching the Serie A yet, you should be watching it now. Look, all the other leagues I find they've been done. Like, you kind of have an idea if you're a casual person, you look at the table, there's no way they can lose 9, 12 points ahead. With the Serie A, it's close.
It is, yeah.
Inter have no right to be up top. Inter and the way how they've set up with Persic and Icardi and some of the players that they've had, and I forget the center back, but he's Serbian and he's been one of the phenomenal players for, I'd like to say, maybe 2 seasons. And the only reason I'm able to even speak of the Serie A is because my brother, he was a big fan of the Serie A back then. And you know what? I understand why, and I'm glad to say that they have teams back. You look at Latios as well, Immobile, one of the guys that kind of like moved into the Premier League, was a nothing, kind of moved the La Liga, has found his form now with Lazio, and I'm really glad. And you know what? it's good credit. Like the Italian Serie A race, if you look at it for the goal scorers, it's been phenomenal.
Yeah, yeah.
And then another side, I guess you can even throw in there is one that I mentioned in one of our previous videos, Roma, you know, Dzeko. These are all former Premier League players. That's the thing. When a guy moves outside the Premier League,
they can change a whole team.
Not necessarily change
or
the
they
whole
can
team.
Contribute.
It's more of
They
like
can change their own career.
they change their own career, but like
yeah.
I wish fans would kind of like, you know, like he could have been something. Like if you see potential and it doesn't come off in the Premier League, follow that player because you'll be surprised what they're able to do in these other respective top leagues that we talk about. They're not just top leagues, you know. Like I know we love the English Premier League because the media makes it easy access for us to access. But if I had to recommend really a league or even a team, which is what I should have said, Serie A this year, if you can catch the second half at least, I recommend tune into a couple games. Even if you check the scorelines. If I had to pick one team, I think AC Milan. Okay. I know I've kind of bounced around a lot. AC Milan had a tough start.
Yeah, they've been under pressure recently.
Here's the thing. I think they can gel because it's basically a gamble in my opinion.
Yeah.
But AC Milan should be able to gel, hopefully in the second half, with all the signs that they brought in, and make a run because it's make or break. You know, similar to how I relate them kind of how to QPR is. You know, when QPR brought in several big signings and trying to make a push into a Europa League, a European position, AC Milan kind of made a similar thing. While Inter kind of took the steady approach, buy a player, add a player, call up a youth player, and stick. I'm hoping that the big signings have had the 6 months to gel, you know, since the summer, and can focus now to hopefully maybe squeak into a Europa League spot. I know it's not originally what they set out to be, which was a Champions League spot, but I can really see AC Milan hopefully give it 3-4 games, they can turn it around.
All right, good luck to them. Harry, sorry, we're out of time. We're getting told to wrap up. Hold that thought. Sorry, buddy.
Come on, Harry.
We're out of time, mate. We're out of time.
Watch for Burnley.
Okay,
oh my
Burnley
gosh, you know what? That's actually a good show.
Guys, let us know what you think. Banter, comment below. Let us know who's your breakout player of the year. Is there a player that isn't on our radar that we don't know about? Is there a team that we should be following just a little bit more closely? Let us know what you think. Follow below on all the Instagram, all the social media, Twitter, all that stuff below is coming up on the screen right now. Until next time, myself, Ben, Chris, and Harry, we'll see you next time right here on Soccerholics TV.